drives it into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back. Out of here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel, and today we're going to talk about the White Sox again. This is a team that I already discussed. I did a preliminary preview on the White Sox, just checking out how they're looking. It's not a final preview. Obviously, we got some time before spring training, but I thought they looked so good. I said, dang, this team offensively, the power, and the guys coming up from the minors, and the rotation, I mean, they look legit. They really did. And I said, you know what? This might be a team that could compete for an American League Central championship. Since then, I turn around and they signed someone else. Edwin Encarnacion. This is a superstar, right? Well, he's got to be a little older. He is a little older, but he hasn't really shown signs of getting older. His stats have looked pretty freaking good, and we're going to talk about it. And again, this is a team, the White Sox, who are already loaded. So it's not like they're adding him to turn them into a good team. They're already a good team. This is just an addition just to secure that spot, to make sure that they're more than just good, that they are great, and they have depth, and they are ready to compete. Adding Encarnacion to be even better, to have even more power, woo! Look out for the White Sox in 2020, especially all of the teams in the Central. I'm telling you, this team looks really good. Edwin Encarnacion, yes, he's a little older. He's had an amazing career, 414 home runs. He might hit 500 home runs in his career. He has 1,807 hits, three-time All-Star. He is going to get some Hall of Fame votes someday. That is what we're dealing with here. But the question is, all White Sox fans care about is can he still hit that well? Well, up until 2019, he's continued to hit well. He hit 34 home runs last year. In fact, from 2012 to 2019, he averaged 37 home runs per season, drove in 100 runs 7 out of those 9 years, and the 2 he didn't, he had 98 one year and 86 one year. This guy is an RBI machine, and the White Sox are signing him to a 1-year, $12 million deal with an option for 2021 also at $12 million, which is beautiful for the White Sox. Like, if this guy tears it up, he still looks good, bring him back again for another year. You know, just milk that cow till it's dry, man. This dude is still good. You got to keep on playing him. I don't care how old. I don't care if he's 38, 39, 40. If he keeps producing, you keep throwing him out there until he doesn't produce. And right now, he's looking pretty decent. I mean, 34 home runs, that's no joke. Especially when you're adding him to a team that's already loaded. I mean, goodness gracious, Moncada, Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson needs to be an all-star, the way this guy hits. Jose Abreu, extreme power. They brought over Yasmani Grandal. He's going to hit you some home runs. Eloy Jimenez. They got Massara from the Rangers. And then, can't forget from the minors, Luis Robert coming up through the minors. Guy's got extreme power. And then Nick Madrigal. And this guy apparently just doesn't strike out. He's just absolutely amazing at making contact with the ball. So you talk about a perfect complement to all these power hitters when your only guy who doesn't have a lot of power never strikes out. He is a contact machine. He will get on base. Madrigal is absolutely amazing at that. So this team is just absolutely loaded from top to bottom. And as I said in my last video, these guys who do hit a lot of home runs, it's not like they're hitting, 205 or something. It's not like they're striking out 250 times. Obviously, yeah, they're going to strike out, but these guys also hold their batting averages up there in the 260s, 270s, and that's what you need with your power hitters, not just home run or strikeout. Home run, or maybe a single, or maybe a walk, or maybe a double. They can do more than just homer and strike out, and that's awesome for the Sox. And my previous video wasn't even about the offense. It was about that they signed Dallas Keuchel and Gio Gonzalez to add to that rotation, which is not the deepest rotation, but it's getting better and better by the day. And don't forget Michael Kopech, who came over in the Chris Sale deal. He had Tommy John surgery. He'll be coming back at some point to add another solid arm to that rotation. And then you got Alex Colomé closing out the games. Bullpen might be a tad shaky. It's not perfect, but when you have so much talent, there's no such thing as a perfect game, like 25 All-Stars, but they got a ton of potential All-Stars and a ton of actual All-Stars. And then they got this guy, Edwin Encarnacion. I mean, I'm not saying he's a Hall of Famer per se, but he will get some votes. I mean, he has had a great career and continues to play well. That's the key. This is not an over-the-hill guy who can't hit anymore. I mean, he might be. I don't think so. If he comes out in 2020, and he just can't hit, and he just completely sucks, and the White Sox are like, well, I guess that wasn't a very good contract. It's not like now the Sox suck. because I thought they were good before this signing. I thought they already looked legit before this signing. White Sox fans are super excited. You got to be excited for this team because they look really, really legit. I mean, especially offensively. The rotation is good. You got a good closer. Your bullpen, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm an expert on the White Sox bullpen. When I look at the names, I don't even know them all. But when I looked at the stats, they looked good enough to carry the team when you got an offense that's scoring 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 runs a night. I think that you don't need an absolute shutdown bullpen. You just need a bullpen that can go in there and at least not give up, not completely cough up the game. They give up a run or two, it's fine because the White Sox offense is going to add a run or two as well off of the opponent's relievers. So it's a really good looking team. Obviously, got to look more in depth. I haven't really studied some of these other teams in the AL Central, like Cleveland, of course, and Minnesota Twins, another team they got to deal with. But all in all, White Sox look really good. They really do. And they're going to get a lot of predictions that they're going to win the Central. And I might be one of them. Haven't done my official predictions yet. Wait until February. There's still moves to be made. There's still free agents out there. Edwin Encarnacion. I love this signing because they're already good. It's not a team that's like, hey, we're not very good, but now we're going to add this guy and now we're going to become good. That's a risky move because you don't know what he's going to bring in 2020. The guy's getting a little older. Any day now, he could go out and just fall apart. It could happen. He could get injured. I mean, he's not as reliable as he was, 5, 6 years ago, but he's still good. He just hit 34 home runs, and that's why I love the move because they're a team that's already ready to rock and roll. Just adding this other piece, another strong bat in that lineup. If one guy gets hurt, they got 5, 6 other guys who are going to knock out 30 home runs. I mean, this team is just incredible. They absolutely look legit. Again, I think the only weakness might be the bullpen, but I'm not even sure on that. I got to look deeper into it, see who's coming through the minors. But all in all, come on now. Got to give it up to the White Sox for making these moves. Got to give it up to the front office for trying to improve this team, trying to compete, and trying to bring a championship back to Chicago. It's been since 2005. What a team that was. And now the White Sox trying to win again in 2020, and they might just do it. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody. Fully appreciated. Thanks for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. It is absolutely amazing because it's not even 2020 yet. Hopefully we'll have a big year in 2020. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Check out the links in the description below. Check out my Patreon page. You want to help give back to the channel, help me grow even bigger. Humm Baby Baseball, doing big things right here. And you have a fantastic day. Talk to you later. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's bye bye baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye bye baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.